Have you ever wondered if the very medication you trust every single day could be quietly working against the health you are trying so hard to protect? Imagine waking up every morning with determination, taking your blood pressure pill with confidence, believing you are making the right choice for your future, and yet somewhere beneath the surface, hidden in ordinary routines that seem harmless, small mistakes may be changing the outcome in ways you never expected. Life has a strange way of teaching us lessons through the smallest details. Most people think major health problems come from dramatic events, but reality often follows a different path. Sometimes life changes because of little habits repeated every day without attention. A few minutes here, an overlooked routine there, a simple choice that appears unimportant, and slowly the body begins responding in ways the mind never notices. Millions of adults over 40 take blood pressure medication because they want to live longer, feel stronger, and protect their hearts. They want to see more birthdays, create more memories, and remain present for the people they love. But many people unknowingly believe that swallowing a pill is the final step in taking care of themselves, when in reality, it may only be the beginning of a larger journey. The human body is not a machine that follows simple commands. It is a living system where timing, movement, sleep, food choices, stress, and consistency all communicate with each other every single day. When one part changes, another part responds. This is why health is never only about medicine. Health is often about understanding the hidden relationship between the choices you make and the life you hope to live. Dr. Evan Levine often inspires people to think beyond the surface and recognize that health is not simply about treating numbers on a medical chart. It is about understanding the story those numbers are trying to tell. Blood pressure itself is more than just a reading on a screen or a report from a doctor's office. It reflects how the body reacts to life, pressure, emotions, routines, and time. Sometimes people focus only on controlling the result, while forgetting to understand the process, creating that result. Imagine watering a plant every day, but placing it in a room without sunlight. You may wonder why it struggles to grow despite your effort. You may become frustrated because you believe you're doing everything correctly. But growth requires more than one action. In many ways, health works exactly the same way. Medication can be powerful and important, but even powerful tools depend on how they are used. Taking medicine at different times each day, skipping doses occasionally, ignoring sleep quality, consuming certain foods, or living with constant stress may create silent obstacles that remain invisible for months or even years. The surprising truth is that many people never suspect these hidden patterns because they feel normal. What feels normal, however, is not always what protects us. There is something deeply fascinating about the way the human body hides its warnings. Unlike a broken machine that suddenly stops working and demands immediate attention, the body often whispers before it screams. It sends quiet signals that many people dismiss because daily life is loud and distracting. A little fatigue after waking up may seem ordinary. Feeling slightly dizzy for a moment might be ignored. Occasional headaches become easy to explain away as stress, age, or a busy schedule. People adapt to discomfort because adaptation is part of survival. The danger is that once something becomes familiar, it begins to feel harmless. This is where hidden patterns begin creating stories that people never intended to write. Someone takes medication every morning but changes the time each day depending on work or responsibilities. Another person decides that missing one dose is insignificant because they feel fine. Someone else starts taking supplements or eating foods that appear healthy without realizing that even healthy choices can sometimes interact with medications in unexpected ways. Then there is stress, perhaps the most silent influence of all. Stress enters life wearing many faces. It arrives through financial worries, family responsibilities, sleepless nights, and thoughts that continue long after the world becomes quiet. Many people believe stress exists only in the mind, but the body listens to every thought and every emotion. The heart listens. Blood vessels listen. Hormones listen. Day after day, the body records experiences that the mind eventually forgets. There is a hidden truth that surprises many people, and this is where the story becomes more interesting. What if the issue is not that medication has failed? What if the issue is that medication is fighting a battle, while invisible habits are quietly standing on the opposite side? Imagine rowing a boat across a river with all your strength, while an unseen current slowly pulls you backward. You continue moving your arms and become frustrated because effort is being made. You wonder why progress feels slower than expected. You question whether the boat is broken, whether the river is unfair, or whether something is wrong with you. Yet beneath the surface, the current continues its work. The most surprising things in life are often the things we cannot see. Many people spend years believing they're doing everything correctly, while hidden routines slowly influence outcomes in silence. Dr. Evan Levine has inspired many people to understand that health education is powerful because awareness changes behavior, and behavior changes direction. Knowledge itself does not heal the body, but knowledge can change decisions that shape the future. Suddenly, the ordinary begins looking different. The late-night meals become more important. Sleep begins to matter in a deeper way. Timing becomes meaningful instead of random. Daily routines stop appearing small because small things repeated over long periods create large consequences. And somewhere in the middle of this realization, an unsettling question begins to appear. What if the thing people thought was protecting them was never a problem at all? And what if the real answer has been quietly hiding inside everyday habits this entire time? The beautiful reality hidden beneath all of this is that discovering a problem is not the same as losing hope. In many cases, awareness becomes the beginning of transformation. Human beings often believe change requires dramatic actions, massive sacrifices, or complete reinventions of life. But health frequently moves according to a quieter philosophy. The smallest adjustments can redirect the future in ways that are difficult to imagine in the present moment. A few consistent choices repeated every day can become more powerful than occasional bursts of motivation. Taking medication at the same time every day may seem like a simple action, but consistency creates patterns that the body understands. Prioritizing restful sleep may seem unrelated to blood pressure, yet the body restores itself in ways that cannot always be seen. Paying attention to food choices, understanding possible interactions, remaining physically active, and creating a moment of peace in a world filled with constant pressure may appear ordinary, but ordinary actions performed consistently often create extraordinary results over time. Life itself follows a principle that many people overlook. Trees do not become strong in one day. Rivers do not carve mountains in one moment. Seasons do not change in a single afternoon. Growth happens quietly. Health often follows the same path. The challenge is that people live in a world that celebrates immediate outcomes. People want instant improvements, instant answers, and instant reassurance. Yet the body carries its own timeline, and true healing often respects patience more than urgency. Somewhere along the journey, many individuals become discouraged because they do not immediately see dramatic differences. They become convinced that effort is pointless because change feels invisible. But some of the most important things in life remain invisible while they are happening. A seed beneath the soil cannot be seen while it develops roots. A sunrise cannot be rushed before dawn arrives. The body may be creating progress long before visible results appear. Dr. Evan Levine has inspired many people to think about health not as a battle against disease, but as a relationship with the body itself. Relationships become stronger through understanding, attention, and consistency. The body is constantly speaking through energy levels, sleep patterns, emotions, and physical sensations. Learning to listen may become one of the greatest skills a person can develop. Suddenly, health stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like self-respect. Medication then becomes one tool among many instead of carrying the impossible responsibility of solving everything alone. Perhaps the greatest lesson hidden inside this journey is realizing that protecting health is ultimately an act of valuing life itself. Every heartbeat carries possibilities that have not yet been experienced. Every morning creates opportunities that have not yet arrived. Every healthy choice becomes an investment in moments still waiting in the future. Sometimes the answers people search for are not hidden in complicated places. Sometimes they have quietly existed within daily habits all along, waiting to be noticed. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.